up, everyone? Mike here, coming at you from the mushroom farm. Cool video for you guys. I just want to kind of announce a couple things I got going on for the farming season coming up. A few of the different farmers markets I'm going to, and I got accepted to. I want to kind of talk to you guys about that because I'm very happy about that and just stoked about that. Also, some really cool things that have happened to the channel recently, so I just want to let you guys know about that too. So lots of good stuff. And I want to say, if you're just now tuning into this channel, I've been farming gourmet mushrooms nearly a decade. It's like my full-time thing. That's kind of like the niche of this channel. So if you're into like mushrooms and farming, make sure you click that subscribe button right now so you get more mushroom and farming videos like this in the future. And if I got like hot sauce on my face, I just got done eating dinner and I just felt like shooting this video, so it is what it is. But I just wanted to kind of like let you guys know, like I said, what I got going on this upcoming season, because I'm going to kind of document this upcoming season for you guys and let you guys know like how I'm doing at all these different farmers markets. I'm sure I'll do great, but I kind of like know business-wise kind of which ones will probably be better than others, you know, just from previous experience that I've had. And I kind of want to let you guys know too about like how many pounds of mushrooms I'm going to go through at each of these different markets, just so you guys know for like business purposes, even for yourself, if you're like just into mushrooms or farming, maybe you can like learn a little bit something about that, or you can just find out just kind of like what a mushroom farmer like me goes through, because we go through all sorts of stuff on a regular basis. Now, one thing I want to say, when I used to sell my mushrooms, I used to sell my mushrooms in St. Louis, Missouri, okay? And I sold at the largest farmer's market in St. Louis, Missouri, always put on a huge spread. I'd sell in between about 75 and 125 pounds of mushrooms at just this one single farmer's market, okay? So, and St. Louis is a very densely populated city. It's a lot different than things are here out on the western slope of Colorado. So out here, a lot of the little towns that I'm going to, they're like little mountain towns. And for me, it's super cool because I kind of wanted to get into an area that's like not as densely populated as St. Louis, you know? It's just kind of like, I spent nearly my whole life there, so I just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. And actually, like, just getting out here, I did a huge hike in the past too. I hiked the Colorado Trail. So I spent like 40 days basically hiking through the mountains out here. It's a 500-mile hike, and I did the whole thing one summer. So, and I just realized like how like calmed down I felt once I got out in nature just more frequently. So I was like, yeah, if I have the opportunity to move out here to Colorado and set up in kind of a more rural area, that's really what I wanted to do. I debated like whether I wanted to go over by Denver, you know, on the Front Range, where it is more densely populated, a lot more similar to St. Louis. And I just I had the opportunity to get a farm out here on the western slope where it is a little more rural. I just felt a little more comfortable, and I kind of felt like this was the time in my life to do this. So that's why I chose this path here. But I'm going to show you guys kind of like how I'm going to be selling my mushrooms this year, just kind of at some of these little mountain towns. And then I'll even be going to like some restaurants and different things like that. And it should be a fun year of business, so I'll keep you guys updated. Now, one thing before we start talking about some of these upcoming farmers markets I got this season, I just want to talk about some of the cool things that have happened to the channel recently. And I just want to say, I started this channel 8 months ago, kind of on a whim, you know what I mean? I was talking to a buddy and I was like, yeah, man, I've been wanting to do the YouTube thing for a minute, and I just never had like the time or opportunity, you know, to really lock down and do it. And now that I kind of like, once I got the construction done on the new farm, and I still got to do some videos. I want to show you guys some videos talking more about construction. I had people talk, they were asking me about costs and different things like that, so I'll tell you what I can about that kind of stuff. But I just want to say, like, once I actually had the ability to like sit here, film a little more, work on the channel, I really kind of like put the hammer down. And in the very beginning, I started like uploading every single day, like once I realized I wanted to do it. So anyway, I just want to say, here we are 8 months later, and we just got the channel monetized. So super cool. I don't expect, honestly, to make a whole lot of money. You know, at least at first, you never know what could happen. But I will just say it's super cool to have the channel monetized. I just want to thank everybody who has like watched my videos, tuned in, click that subscribe button, seriously, like, because it means the world to me that I've like gotten to this point that like YouTube will pay me. I think that's like super cool. And like, I don't know, I know some of you guys, I don't know what it's going to happen with the ads or whatever, but I'm going to do whatever it is that YouTube is so I can get paid a little bit, just because every little bit helps. And honestly, it's just going to keep me making awesome content for you guys, because I got all kinds of cool stuff planned for this upcoming year, especially now that I've got the farm built, I'm settled, you know what I mean? And once the farmers markets start rolling, content should be a little easier for me to put up on a regular basis once I'm kind of like in sync, doing all these markets and stuff like that, and I'm like just dialed in, you know? But anyway, I just want to thank everybody, like I said, who has subscribed, who's watched my videos. Because, like, we started this channel 8 months ago. Didn't expect to get to this point this fast, but we did it. And I even took, like, 1 month off. There was, like, 2 months that I was, like even this last month, because I was traveling, I was posting kind of sparsely. But I'm just stoked to get to this point, and I'm, like, super excited to see where this channel goes in the future. So thank you, everyone. But anyway, just to talk about like this upcoming year of farmers markets that I'm super excited to do, just because like after I moved here, those of you who don't really know exactly like how I ended up moving here, I talked a little bit about like establishing my business in St. Louis and starting my business in St. Louis. But when I moved out here to Colorado, I just bought land, okay, raw land. There was actually electrical on the property. I will say electrical was ran here, and there was actually some water ran here. But that was it. There was just, I had some utilities that were on here and nothing else, okay? So I bought a shipping container. I plopped the shipping container over here on the land, and I just started living out of the shipping container, okay? Then I ended up like constructing the entire farm with super minimal help. Like my father lives 10 to 12 miles away from me. He helped me a little bit, a couple days on the project, and then I had a couple other people help just like here and there. But like I'd say 99% of this was just me working my butt off, getting it done. So like I'm just super happy to be at this point, because it has not been 2 years since I left the city of St. Louis, okay? At the end of May, basically, in the year of 2023 is when I actually left St. Louis. So it actually hasn't been 2 years. I plopped out here, built the whole farm, built the YouTube channel. So super stoked just for the upcoming year of markets now to start, because it's like a major sense of accomplishment I've already got. And now when I actually like get to sell my mushrooms to these local people, it's just going to be great. So to let you guys know what markets I'm doing in case you're local and you like want to come pick something up. If not, just tune in, because I'll like do some videos. I want to do some videos kind of like on these little towns that I'm going to and just talk about them a little bit. But the first one I'm going to is Paonia. Okay, so this little town of Paonia, Colorado, it's this really close mountain town to me. I'm like a 25-minute drive from Paonia, but this is actually where Terrence McKenna grew up. Okay, so super stoked that I get to do the market there in Paonia. And when I actually moved out here to just the valley, this is called the North Fork Valley region. Just when I moved out here to the valley, it was awesome seeing all like the little organic farms and all the different farms in the valley. It was one of the main things actually that made me even want to move to the area. Like it's a very scenic area, and I'll go up here. I'm going to get a shot of the mountains right now because the sun's going down. It just looks awesome. So I'm stoked to be living like where I'm living and just able to serve this local community here. So I'm very excited to do this market in Paonia. It's not really going to be the biggest market, okay? I don't expect to make a lot of money, but I'm sure I'll make some good money, and I'm sure I'll meet a lot of cool people. But what it's really going to do, I figure, is I feel like it will get me kind of like tied in with the local community, and we'll kind of like strengthen the food web, you know what I mean? And then I'll actually be able to supply a lot of my food, my mushrooms, at a hyper local location like that. So anyway, let's just go here. I want to show you guys what the mountains look like tonight, because it just looks amazing. So yeah, like I said, gorgeous area, and honestly, like the video doesn't even do it justice. Like the glow the mountains has over it tonight just looks amazing. So super stoked to just like be living here and be able to like sell my mushrooms to these local people. Now I'm doing a couple other farmers markets too, because like I said, I got Paonia on Tuesday. I'm gonna be there every Tuesday for the entire season. So if anybody like is in Paonia, Colorado, and they want to come see Mushroom Mesa Mike and get some mushrooms, like I said, I'll be there every Tuesday for the whole season. Also, the next one I'm going to be doing is Ridgway, Colorado. Okay, so Ridgway is a market. It's going to be on Fridays this year, and I'll actually be there every day too. I don't plan on missing any days. And Ridgway is actually really close to Telluride, so if anybody is going to be out in like Telluride for the Telluride Mushroom Festival and you want to like come get some mushrooms or just chill or something, hit me up, come see me in Ridgway. But I'm stoked to do that market too. I've never actually spent a whole lot of time in Ridgway, but like it's a gorgeous area. The market seems like it's really nice. It seems like there's a good amount of people that frequent the market. It seems like there's some really cool vendors that go to that market, so I'm just stoked to check that one out. And then I got another one that I'm really happy about, is over in Crested Butte. Okay, so just kind of my locations in the mountains, and these are all spread out. If you like look on a map, and you'll kind of see like where all these different towns are, you'll kind of see it's really spread out. I got to drive pretty much anywhere from like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to these different markets, but I'm really stoked to do the one in Crested Butte because my whole drive there is super scenic, okay? Don't go through, there's not going to be hardly any traffic. Like, it's just going to be me cruising on some mountain roads, and you drive by what's called the Blue Mesa. I might do some fishing over there on my way back from the market. Maybe we'll get some footage of that and show you guys maybe some trout fishing. I'm even, like, I have the Crawford Reservoir, like, super close to where I'm at here. Crawford Reservoir is really cool, too. I've never caught, like, a northern pike, but they've got, like, northern pike in there. There's trout in there. And even said on their website there's, like, largemouth bass in there, and me being, like, a Midwesterner, I'm used to, I've done a lot of largemouth bass fishing, but I don't know. I don't even know if my dad knows that. I'm going to have to talk to him about that, because I was asking him if there's any place with bass there, and he didn't think so. But he doesn't really go down there. He's like a guy that he does like trout fishing. He does trout guides actually on the Gunnison River out here. So if anybody wants to go fishing with my dad sometime or something, let me know. Maybe we can make an arrangement. He'd probably be happy to take you out fishing sometime. But like I said, I'm going to be maybe doing a little fishing coming back from Crested Butte. But I'm really happy to do Crested Butte also. But that market is going to be on Sunday. And once again, I don't plan on missing any days going to these farmers markets. So I plan on being there pretty much like every single day. There's going to be a market at these towns, unless like some major catastrophic thing like comes up or something like that. But Crested Butte is actually the wildflower capital of Colorado. And there's a lot of cool like hiking trails around there. It's a really remote area. It's like tucked in there back in the mountains. And they've never had a mushroom farmer at the farmer's market. I'm going to be like the first mushroom guy to ever be at that farmer's market, so I'm like super happy about that. I'll get to introduce some really awesome mushrooms to these people here. And I will say, like on the western slope, there's been like a handful of mushroom farmers out here, but I will say none of them really have had the variety that I present. So I'm really stoked to like show my mushrooms to these people and let them check out kind of like just the quality of mushrooms that I'm able to grow and present, and just the skills, like I said, that I've developed over the years. But if you're on the west side of Colorado, Paonia Tuesdays, Ridgeway on Fridays, and then Crested Butte on Sundays. Those are going to be my farmers markets for the year of 2025. And also, like, because I am by Telluride, I kind of talked about the Telluride Mushroom Festival a little bit. I don't really plan on, I don't know if I'm going to do the Telluride Mushroom Festival or like be there this year, just because I want to stay so focused on my farming. Like, and a lot of people can't really comprehend that, you know what I mean? But I just want to say that's how dedicated I am to this stuff. And like even last year, okay, I've been to the Telluride Mushroom Festival before. It's really cool, and like I'm going to get back there in the future. I would love to vend there in the future too. Like, so I just want to say that when I do get down to Telluride again and hit up the Mushroom Festival, more than likely I'm going to be vending there, or I'll at least have put in an application. Hopefully I will get accepted to vend at the Telluride Mushroom Festival one of these years. But or maybe even talk, you know, I'd be totally willing to talk about farming and just different stuff like that, because like I said, a lot of you guys know tuned in this channel, I've got a lot of cool information I can share. But I'm so focused on just like being here at the farm this year, making sure I just get all these farmers markets and all these people served. I want to establish good connections with some of these like local restaurants, maybe some little grocery stores, things like that. So that's like what I'm really focusing on this year. And I don't really plan on like doing too many other like things, because like even last year when I was building the farm and working on it, I had people ask me, and even the previous year I skipped out on Telluride too. I went the prior one, so I guess like 3 years ago is when I actually went to Telluride. But these last 2 years, like when I kind of moved out here to Colorado, that first summer, and then even just this last one, I had people ask me to go and things like that. And I turned everyone down because I was like, guys, I have to stay focused on building. And when I was building, it was honestly like, it was a serious situation, because the first winter, okay, I slept in my shipping container out here for leading up to where December, basically. I don't think I actually got to sleep in my building here until December. And it was like December 2023 was the first time I actually got to like stay in this building. Nothing was insulated. I did have a wood stove. Me and my dad put in the wood stove. So I had a wood stove to kind of keep me warm. And I did have a generator for electricity. So I used a generator pretty much to like do anything where I needed electrical, you know, for building. But first winter, I didn't have anything in here other than like the wood stove, and I was bundled up in a sleeping bag, just staying warm. But leading up to that, okay, I was like staying in the container. Okay, there was one night it got down to 7 degrees, and I was sleeping in my shipping container, man. So I definitely know what it's like to kind of be in some cold situations and just making it through. It's wonderful now being in like a fully insulated building. It's like you feel so grateful when you get to a point like that. But that was like why I kind of turned it down that first year. I was like, guys, I got so much work to do. I can't like take time to like go to the mushroom festival, And then even like this last year, I had a lot of stuff to do on the inside. You know what I mean? I had to pretty much build out the whole inside, and I basically did it all myself. I had some electricians come in. They kind of helped me out with the electrical, and that was great. But everything else I did myself, and got it up and running. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to like share with you guys the whole thing about the monetization for the channel, because I was like really happy about that. Also, just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the farmers markets. Well, all right, guys. So those are the markets I got coming up this year. If you guys want to like stop in and just like say what's up, buy some mushrooms, feel free to do it. If not, if you can't, just like tune in on the YouTube, because like I said, I'm going to show you guys some of these different towns. I'll show you guys some of the markets. Maybe I could interview some farmers. So if there's any like local farmers that want to do some interviews, I would like to do that actually. So maybe we could do that if somebody's down. But anyway, that's all I really got for you on this one. Hopefully you guys all found this video like fun, helpful, informative, all that good stuff. If you did, please drop this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and just thank you everybody just for getting me to this point where we finally got the channel monetized and all that good stuff. Just thank you so much. But that's all I got for you on this one, but I will catch you guys on the next one.